Right, the last time Nottingham Forest reached a semi-final in a cup competition, back in 1992. They eventually lost to Manchester United in the final, the team that they'll play again on Wednesday in the first of two legs. In that 92 final, Roy Keane was in midfield for Forest and Steve Bruce captain United. Well, now over 30 years later, Steve Cooper is in charge, and our reporter Anton Toulouse was there for us today talking to him. So Anton, I mean, it's steeped in masses of history, isn't it, Nottingham Forest? How much will it mean to both the club and the fans to be back in the semi-finals of a competition again?
For the club, this is absolutely huge. It's a sign, isn't it, of where they're trying to get to at Nottingham Forest. For the fans, like you said, it's even bigger. History, Nottingham Forest, they go hand in hand. Two-time champions of Europe, two-time FA Cup winners, but it's in this competition they are four-time winners. And think about how often in the 80s, early 90s, the Forest fans would get on the buses, go down to Wembley. They almost got used to it, didn't they? But like you said, Vicky, 1992, it was 12th of April, 1992. I won't ask anybody what they were doing back that day, but other than Forest fans, because it's a long time ago, isn't it, since Forest were in a cup final. And like you said, it was against Manchester United, a Forest team with the likes, like you said, of Roy Keane. Teddy Sheringham was in it as well, Des Walker, a stacked team, lost to Manchester United. And that history is not lost on Steve Cooper either.
We have been very clear about the club's history in this competition to the players, and I remember before the Spurs game, I think it was, we showed them of the history, and I know it was a fairly long time ago, but that's why supporters will get excited about this tournament, while they will put big importance on it, and we have to respect that.
Second year of university, if you want to know. Thanks, Anton. Anyway, now that it's out there...
No comment.
No comment. Well done. The two legs, of course, they fit quite nicely for Forest in the two-week Premier League break, don't they? How does Cooper feel, though, about playing these two legs? Because there's been complaints before, hasn't there, about playing more games in this already congested schedule.
Yeah, usually January is busy enough, never mind post-World Cup after the month break for the clubs. But like you said, Vicky, Forest have seen this quite fortuitously in a way. They're at the FA Cup, not that Steve Cooper wants to be out of the FA Cup, but it means they have that break. They can focus solely on these two games against Manchester United. Cooper himself remains philosophical, can see the pros and cons about the two-legged affair.
I think if we were sitting in the middle of a really congested fixture period, I would probably say one leg. We're not, so the two games from a physical standpoint doesn't really affect us too much. If anything, it can keep us ticking along. So I think you answer them questions sometimes in the present circumstance that you're in, and ours is that we're okay with it at this moment. But if we'd had a load of games and we were still in the cup, and maybe there was some games to catch up with in the league, then I might have had a different view. But I can't have any complaints.
Now, another link between Nottingham Forest, Manchester United, other than the old cup finals, is, of course, Dean Henderson. He's on loan here. He can't play, as we know, because he's a Manchester United player. As Jesse Lingard just walks past us during and say, hello, Jesse, nice to see you, right? Anyway, sorry. There's another link between the two clubs. There you go. As Dean Henderson isn't eligible to play now, he's also injured. He's out with a thigh injury at the moment. Asking Steve Cooper about that. 4 to 5 weeks is the diagnosis so far. Forest are optimistic. He could be back maybe a little bit before that. They're hoping so anyway. But obviously they're out evaluating whether they go out and sign another keeper to add to that. Forest got some huge games in February especially. So they were looking at potentially the market. He's also looking at 2 or 3 more players. So yes, they signed 20 plus players, but obviously potentially maybe looking at the goalkeeper market. But all the focus of the next sort of 48 hours is solely on that League Cup semi-final.
Brilliant stuff, Anton. Go and grab Jesse and have an interview with him.
Oh, he's already in his car. He's gone.
Oh.